Hello, and welcome back to The Hype Mind. I'm your host, Andrew, also known as Bear. Yeah, I'm your host today, although typically I'm still your host on any other day. And so glad you can join me right now while I'm outside. We don't often get a chance to podcast outside, so let this be your sign that if you haven't taken the time for yourself to be outside, this is your sign. If you'd like it to be, I give you permission to let it be your sign. Get outside, go do something you love doing, like running or walking, or playing sports, or reading, or listening to music outdoors. I think a lot of people love music, and it's such a common ground for things people have a connection and relation to with other people. At any rate, speaking of love, what we're talking about is validation. And when we look for validation, oftentimes that surfaces through love, right? We look for other people's love to validate us. And there's a lot of other things we look for from other people to validate us. But you know when you're doing it wrong when you're looking for that from somebody else. And so this is about seeking validation and where you receive your source of validation. And again, typically that looks like love. We look for our friends and our family and our romantic partners and even other people on the street to show some sort of acceptance for us because we haven't accepted ourselves. So we look for others to kind of say, yes, it's okay for you to accept yourself. I accept you, so you can too, right? So we often look for others to lead us because we're afraid to lead ourselves. And that's not actually doing it properly. We're designed to lead ourselves so we can lead others. And if everybody did that, then we'd actually find a whole lot more peace and wholeness and love and need a lot less from others and be able to offer a lot more ourselves, right? Because you can't give to others what you don't already have. You can't let your cup overflow into other people's cups if you don't have a full cup. So it starts within. And I want to talk about exactly that. I want to tell you and encourage you to stop looking for external signs of validation that you're okay, and instead to start looking for internal signs. What does internal signs of validation look like? Well, I'll give you a couple really simple examples. Sometimes, oh man, I just realized I could have turned it this way and would have fit the frame better. Oh well. Sometimes we're looking for a lot of different things. And what do internal signs of validation look like? Well, it looks like a lot of things. And one of those things could be this right here, right? Me going outside and saying, yeah, it's good that you went outside. That's a good thing, right? Kind of an affirmation, which is basically what a validation is. It's an affirmation. Telling myself that, wow, I'm so glad to be outside. I appreciate myself taking time to be outside. I appreciate what I'm doing. And that statement is a form of acceptance. It's a form of self-acceptance. It's a form of permission. It's a form of validation. It's me accepting the action that I took instead of commonly the action someone else took, and accepting it and affirming it and validating it and saying, this was a good thing. I feel great for doing this, right? I allow myself to feel great, because sometimes we do nice things for ourselves and we feel like crap. We think, I should be doing something else. I should be being more responsible. I should be studying, or I should be at the gym working out, or I should be at work, right? I should be taking care of my children. And we tell ourselves we should be doing something else, and we kind of get in our heads, right? And if we come back to our bodies and notice the moment, we say, well, I'm glad I did this. I really needed this. I really wanted this. I really desired to spend time outside. And that's where we give ourselves room to validate ourselves. And so that's what one of those signs looks like. It looks like us experiencing joy in the moment. It looks like us being in a state of gratitude, being in a state of presence, being in a place where we just subconsciously affirm our actions, or maybe have to consciously affirm our actions and say, Good job, dude. Good decision. Great choice to go outside today. You really needed that. Um, so, yeah. What else might those signs look like? I mean, you really just have to flip it around. Whatever you're looking for from other people, attention, love, money, you're looking for more money from your boss, you're looking for financial help from your family, you're looking for financial advice from your friends, which there's nothing wrong with looking for help, right? But we look for that validation. Is it okay to ask for this? Is it okay to smile at strangers? Is it okay to take time to myself and be outside? You know, and you call up your friend, hey, is it all right that I did this? Or we demand of them, we say, hey, you need to tell me that you love me. You need to tell me that you value me. You need to make time for me, right? And so the internal signs of validation are the flip side of those. Telling yourself you love yourself, feeling your love for yourself, making time for yourself. What else? Telling yourself you're worthy. You feel, right? A lot of it just comes down to words of affirmation. And that's what shows up as external sign. That's what shows up as validation, self-validation. And those are the internal signs, is you doing it for yourself. You noticing what you're looking for from others, and instead showing up for yourself and saying, this is what I'm looking for from others. What do I need to do for myself right now? What do I need to validate for myself? I'm looking for love from others. How can I validate my love for myself? How can I give myself a sign of validation? Which, like I said, I think a lot of times shows up as an affirmation, as taking action and doing something you need, want, or desire. Yeah, those affirmations, those actions, those thoughts, those feelings, and just stepping into that, right? Those are your internal signs of validation. That's how you know you're internally validating who you are. Because again, if you don't show up for yourself in this way, you're going to seek it from others, and others aren't going to want to give you that. It's not that they don't love you. It's that that's something you have to give yourself. If you can't give that to yourself, even if others did give it to you, you actually wouldn't be able to receive it. Because if you don't think you're worthy enough to do it for you, you're really not going to think that you're worthy of receiving it from others, because you're not worthy of receiving it from yourself. So, yeah. That tricky situation, most commonly found as needing love and connection, that is seeking external validation, and noticing the signs of yourself desiring external validation, and instead flipping that around and finding the ways you can signal to yourself internally that you are validated, that you are valuable, that you affirm yourself, that you love yourself, that you are worthy, that you deserve this, because you deserve it. I'm telling you, you deserve it. I know you deserve it. I have no doubt in my mind about that. It really comes down to you accepting that belief. And if you're struggling to accept that belief, that's a sign that you probably are seeking external validation, and that's okay. Give yourself grace in that area. Give yourself mercy to lean into that and learn it. It's okay to be in that place. I know that I have been and still do fall into that space often. So thanks again for watching. Validate yourself. Look for the internal signs of validation and get outside, because today in Connecticut it's a beautiful day, and wherever you are, even when it's raining, it's a beautiful day. So peace.